Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Stats and herO on herO, the latter edition. This is from IEM 11 Gyeonggi that wrapped up a couple of weeks ago now. Got this replay from lotv.spawningtool.com. Figured you'd like to see herO versus Stats, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is herO. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Stats. Both these players are professional Korean Protoss gamers who are currently teamless. Although herO's Wikipedia or Liquidpedia page is huge. He has wins in so many different tournaments all throughout the years. Stats also has some impressive victories as well. So I figured I'd toss up this PvP for you guys. Again, I like to do the mirror matchups every once in a while. I don't think I can commit to once every week for all of them, but you shouldn't go more than 2 weeks. How about we say that? Once every 2 weeks at the latest, we'll get a PvP, TBT, and a ZVZ. Again, depends on what I get as well. If somebody sends me an amazing ZVZ, I'm going to cast it. Somebody sends me an incredibly super interesting and fun PvP, I'll cast it as well. The criteria doesn't necessarily apply to the pro level games because I just feel like they're high enough level, they're interesting as is, that even if there's not like crazy Warp Prism play or somebody doesn't go carrier in this one, it's still very, very fun to watch, very interesting to see the interactions and the responses in these matches. So again, pretty darn mirror matchup here. We got Gateway, we got Cybernetics Core, we got Double Gas. What happens is after the Cyber Core in this matchup, we really just got to one base this early on. It's going to be Stalker versus Adept for what you want to do with it. And again, I just really feel like Adept is probably a little bit better than Stalker. Although we've seen great Protoss players go for those Stalkers instead. So who am I to say they're making the wrong choice? Who am I? Who am I to say such embarrassing, sad things? Nope, that's not the case. Stalker, look at that. herO going Stalker. Oh, and Stats is too. So, all right, Stalker versus Stalker here. Chrono boosting out that Warp Gate research. Both players doing that. Yep. Warp Gate being chrono boost out very, very well. And this Secret Ninja robotics facility from herO. Is it for the Warp Prism? Could be to allow shorter flight distance for Warp Prism. What else can we do with this thing? Maybe Observer? Just really weird to ninja an Observer. So I don't know. We'll keep this in mind. Sorry, herO is working on that. Meanwhile, Mothership Core pops out for Stats. Still working on that combat, the Warp Gate research upgrade. Stats sending out his Stalkers in all different directions, looking for something of herO's, knowing that herO is up to crazy things. Gateway coming in here too at this ninja location. What is going on? Remember I said how pro games aren't necessarily crazy? This one's getting a little bit crazy. Stats does take down a probe of herO's. herO sends his Stalkers back home, doesn't like the situation that he's in. Expanding is Stats, whereas herO is showing no indication he wants to do that. So, robotics facility coming up. Immortal coming up out of this robotics facility. Can Stats find it? It's a weird place to go, which is exactly why herO has put it here. Oh, if the Stalkers found that, it would be over. It would be over for herO, but instead, no, he does not. The Stalker is moving out for Stats, getting that oppression off, trying to kill one of these Stalkers. Anything you can kill against herO is going to be a good kill. 4 versus... No, it's 4 versus 4 now, but 2 Stalkers die immediately, one on each side. Another one get killed from herO. Good micro. Good micro, and Stats does take down 3 Stalkers. It's 2 versus 1 now. herO deciding to retreat. Stats recognizing, shoot, there's not an expansion. What is happening? And he decides to send his Stalkers back home for base defense. Yep, it is a Warp Prism. And, and a couple Sentry Warp-ins here. So does he get the Immortal inside the main base and wall off that ramp? I don't know. Immortal, here it is. herO's Immortal. Surprise, Stalkers! There's an Immortal getting some shots off there. herO says, you want to run away? I will attack your front with everything that I got here, and that is what he's working on. Actually, no, heading back a little bit, just doing a dance. Doing a little dance at the bottom of the ramp of Stats is natural. Stalker, Immortal, a couple sentries. There are a couple Stalkers here for Stats. Can he hold it? Is the question. Oh, the Warp Prism shenanigans allows him to warp up inside the main base and force field off that ramp potentially, but I don't know about this. Mothership Core taking some shots as well. She wants to Photon Overcharge, but there we go. There's the Photon Overcharge. Focusing down that pylon very quickly, though, is herO. Guardian Shield is up as well for herO. Stats trying to use the Stalkers to make this thing happen. Not going super well. Forced to use probes to fight in the situation that is not a great place to be at all. More Stalkers warping in from Stats. Defender's advantage coming in in this situation. Great force fields, picking off a couple of Adepts and Stalkers while everybody else is a little bit too far away to assist there. But that is 15 dead probes. Another Photon Overcharge does almost get that Immortal. Oh, good. War Prism Micro saving the Immortal. Another Immortal pops out. This one is Stats Immortal. That should be enough to chase this away. Yes, Immortal for herO is burned down, and the Warp Prism picked off as well. herO's Stalkers trying to retreat home at this point. Stats throwing a Stalker down here, picking up the Stalker, and yes, good Micro. Look at that, pinning herO's Stalker. Bam! Oh, Stats, that was amazing. That was absolutely gorgeous. So he lost some workers. It is 22 to 16 Harvesters, which is bad if you're Stats, but he has 2 bases to 1. herO has not expanded yet. That was a very aggressive 1-base play out of him. Mothership Core in the sky, trying to kill a couple of Adepts that are here for herO. herO has not given up yet. He has not gone home, not taken his ball, and gone home. But one Adept does get killed by some defensive Adepts here from Stats. The Stalkers, are they going to find these structures? They find the structures. They find the robotics facility. They're going to go ahead and shut down the construction on this Observer. Ah, herO's got to feel bad about that one. And, canceled. Canceled, killing a gateway and a robotics facility. A huge pickup for Stats. Good job scouting around, seeing where that came from, right? You got to know where that Warp Prism came from, because it didn't come all the way from herO's base, that's for sure. Robotics facility explodes. Gateway explodes as well. Adepts, herO following up with basically a mass Adept play here. A couple Adepts in the natural base, getting force field trapped. Sentries and Adepts killing them. Look at Stats, man. Stats' decision-making in the last couple minutes has just been insane. Very, very good out of him. Photon Overcharge clears off an Adept inside the main base. And I think herO's aggression might be done. He is expanding, so he's throwing up a Nexus. These Stalkers really want to kill that Warp Prism. Can they get it? herO's reaction time, too good. Too good. It flies off to this dead space where the Stalkers cannot murder it. But Stalker count looking pretty good for Stats right now. It is 6 Stalkers to 3 Sentries and a Warp Prism for herO. What? Not much at all here for herO, but Stats is a little bit too afraid to push out, I think, is what he's doing. He's worried about further aggression, and who can blame him? Not me. I'm not going to blame him. That for sure. Warp Prism trying to come in. Stalkers shooing it away, saying, no, 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 you don't come in our main base. Our main base is for red units only, not for blue. Not for blue. You take your silly flying Warp Prism and you go home. No, says herO. I will go where I want. And there it is, dropping off 2 Adepts inside the main to kill some more things, trying to sneak inside that main base. Photon Overcharge coming up. Stalkers as well. They might get a couple of probe kills, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As one of them gets killed, one does Psionic Transfer her way on out of there. And herO, again, heading on home. Meanwhile, an Adept drop of Stats' own here inside the main base of herO, killing a few 4 probes there. So it's 29 to 26 Harvesters. Stats has a lead on that one. Army supply is about 2,100 for Stats and about 1,000 for herO. Again, you really can't count herO out, though. I mean, he did all that aggression. He's really keeping Stats on his back foot. If Stats pushed out, I feel like he could do a lot of work, but again, here comes herO. He does not let up. He does not relent. He's pushing in with Adepts, trying to see what he can see here. There's an Immortal on the top of this ramp. He does see this happening. Hallucinated Phoenix scouting some stuff out as well. Stalker, Immortal, there's the cancel on the Psionic Transfer. herO decides to keep his Adepts at home instead of allowing them to be murdered immediately upon finding themselves inside the main base of Stats. So again, Stats playing very defensively. Hallucinated Phoenix still alive for herO. Does evaporate into nothingness once that timer runs out. Hallucinated something died there. What was that? I don't know. Good scout, though. Good scout. Dark Shrine. Oh, did Stats see the Dark Shrine? Stats saw the Dark Shrine. Oh! He needed that information so bad. He really needed that blink on the way for Stats. He needs to make some observers is what he needs. Forge, okay, Forge into cannons, also a good answer here. And you know what? The Forge is good for upgrades too. So, you know, it's not like you're wasting the Forge if there are no DTs actually coming. Resonating Glaives on the way for herO, getting a Robotics Bay, either for Colossus or for Disruptors. One of those 2 things would be pretty good in this situation. I don't know if Colossus are the way to go, but trying to send out a Warp Prism with 2 Immortals. Hallucinated Phoenix for herO sees that immediately. Just as soon as it left Stats base, herO saw it coming. He's going to be ready for it. I feel like he's going to be ready for it. Is he going to be ready for it? I don't see anything here in the natural base for herO. All right, so Stats just waltzes on in with 2 Immortals at this mineral line at the natural base and just starts 2-shotting workers. Trying to get the sentries too. An Immortal shows up for herO. But I don't... yeah, Stats doesn't like it. Stats retreats there. Warp Prism tries to come in. Oh, multitasking. No, loses the Warp Prism. Loses the Warp Prism. Does get a single DT off, though. Where is your observer? There. Oh, there's a cannon. There we go. Too close to the cannon there, herO. Just a little too close. Good hold. Good hold there by Stats. It's 42 to 37 total workers. Probes lost are 20 for Stats and 8 for herO. But guess who has the lead right now? Stats. Stats has that lead. It's continuing to make this thing happen. Adepts for herO continuing to be super annoying, like a mosquito of some kind. They just picked off a building. The heck was that? Pylon, maybe? Robotics facility? I think that was just a pylon. Alright, so throwing down some pylons here is herO for Photon Overcharge to defend this natural base against aggression from Stats. Stats does have a third base coming up now. It's 170 total supply. Army looking good, looking healthy for Stats here. Another hallucinated Phoenix. herO knows scouting is so important, and he throws down a third base of his own. Immortals landing. Photon Overcharge chasing them away from this natural base, though. It's exactly what herO intended to do, is have these two pylons to Photon Overcharge and force these stupid Immortals away that have been bothering him for the last couple of minutes. So here comes a Stalker, Sentry, Zealot army, and by Zealot army, I mean there's one. Pushing up to this possibly a natural or to kill the third base. Disruptor shots are going to be huge for herO, though. How are stat splits going to be? I don't know. I don't know. This is what we're going to see. Trying to picking off one of the disruptors and the other one, too. Great job by Stats. I think that might be it. Killing both of those disruptors with the Blink Stalkers. Photon Overcharge is up, but guess what? There are Immortals here from Stats. Immortals from herO getting surrounded and destroyed as well, though. Pylons trying to Photon Overcharge, getting murdered there as well, and that is it. GG from herO. herO is defeated and Stats is victorious. Nicely done by Stats, taking down one of the most storied players in all of StarCraft 2. If you enjoyed that, then guess what? It's a surprise twofer. Surprise twofer between Stats and herO. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go away for just a second and come in for game number 2 between these two players. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our sneaky twofer between Stats and herO. This is Game 2 on Daybreak, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of this map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is herO. Sporting the same color that he had in game number 1. And also still red is the red Protoss player, Stats. Both of these players are teamless, but both of them are very excellent in their own right. I need to do more research onto why players are teamless. Like, herO is just insanely good. I can't imagine there are no teams out there that want him. I mean, maybe not the top tier ones anymore. I don't know if herO is kind of starting to fall off a little bit. Just getting a little bit older. By that I mean like 25, because that's when people get old in esports. You know, Whiterah at 30 was considered the oldest man in all of eternity in StarCraft 2. But regardless, I mean, maybe it's just herO doesn't have a situation he feels comfortable in. He doesn't have a team he trusts. He doesn't want to join an organization that doesn't meet his needs, and so he's just remaining teamless. I mean, that makes sense to me. Stats might have the same thing going as well. So again, two Korean pros fighting each other here in IAM 11. And let's see how this one turns out different from game number 1. Again, the starts are the same. PvP, if you are a Protoss player and you want to be ready for a PvP on the ladder, just do this, right? Get 2 gateways out, get double assimilator, get a cybernetics core at some point. There it is. Cyber core is pay attention to that production tab, follow it like a book, and then after the cyber core, you can do different stuff. But this is it. This is the opening. I mean, you can do 2 stalkers, you can do 2 adepts, and then from there, the world is your oyster. You can go immortal, you can go disruptor. Warp prisms seem to factor in pretty heavily in this matchup as well. Actually, probe scouting is herO. I like this. I like this from herO. So again, not a whole lot happens in this matchup unless there's some crazy proxy stuff, but not today. And the cyber core going to finish in just a couple of seconds. And what do we get? Production tab. Show us. Show us what we get. Adepts. And okay, so it's going to be Stats with the Stalkers and herO with the Adepts today. So, all right, just making some different choices based on how they're feeling that day, I suppose. Probe in here. Actually, see how that messes up the AI a little bit? It forces the probes for Stats to go elsewhere for their minerals while his probe is taking that mineral field. Cybernetics core going for that warp gate research essential, but oh, Stargate. Stargate for herO. Like I said, do whatever you want after this initial double start gateway stuff, but bam. Stargate for herO. Warp gate research, like I said, on the way here for Stats, both players. And a Mothership core comes out. Stats does seem to favor the Mothership core a little bit more than herO does. Perhaps because herO is planning on being aggressive, and he doesn't necessarily need the base defense aspects that the Mothership Core provides. If you're keeping your opponent on his toes, you don't have to worry back home as strongly. Stargate gonna finish. I'm really interested to see what this is. This could just begin Phoenix production. It could be an Oracle. Could be anything, and it's an Oracle. It is an Oracle coming out from herO. All right. All right, it's time. I'm gonna start naming Oracles. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna get a list ready to go. I have a bunch of names previously that I still have saved in my notepad. So I'll go ahead and start using those the next time we see an Oracle, and it will be wonderful indeed. So Adepts here for herO, 4 of them now, chasing down these Stalkers. Again, they don't necessarily do a lot of damage to them. They're just really shifty and really annoying here. So Mothership Core is going to throw off a Photon Overcharge if necessary. The Adepts are not going to get close enough to that pylon to allow it, though I don't think. Yeah, herO's too smart for that. Going to try to kill the Robo Facility, which is just, again, difficult because they don't have much DPS against buildings. Woo! Double Photon Overcharge, clearing 2 of those Adepts out. The final one getting chased down by Stalkers and will get killed before she can transfer away, evaporating into nothingness. Meanwhile, Oracle trying to sneak in for herO. There are Stalkers waiting for that, though. No, they're not. They're running away. Here they are. Here they are, trying to get some probe kills. Great control here by herO, getting 5 probe kills, even while there are Stalkers defending that situation. Adepts coming in, trying to muck stuff up as well, just trying to kill as many workers as possible, sacrificing units to do this is herO. And I mean, it's kind of working. He's up 23 to 23 workers. His expansion, again, a little bit behind stats. herO tries to go for this aggression, delaying his expansion. I'm not sure it's working out for him in game number 2. Didn't really work in game number 1. Another Oracle comes in. Is this the same one? That's a new Oracle trying to come in. I just want the delay Oracle strategy is not that fantastic, it turns out. Once your opponent knows you have Oracles and they're coming, they're going to be ready for them. I mean, Adepts just absolutely getting massacred. 8 dead Adepts in exchange for 12 dead probes. I mean, the Oracle got a bunch of those probe kills too. It's not like the Adepts are responsible for all of them. But still, I don't know if this is super cost efficient out of herO. Stalkers, again, killing more Adepts. Adepts just don't care. Oracle's coming in from the right side. Stalkers splitting up to deal with these units, and Oracle wants to... Oracle manages to survive. Adepts are gone. More dead probes, though. 20 probe kills. It is now 30 to 17 workers. herO. This, I mean, okay. I think that just crossed the line from not super working to super working. When you have 2 bases and you have double your opponent's workers, I think you're in a pretty good spot. Maybe your early game strategy was functional. Stat says that's it. I'm out. I'm out of trying to defend. It is time to go on the offensive. He is moving his Stalkers up to the natural base of herO's. herO has an Immortal in production, but otherwise he has there we go, Unadept warping in here too. Stats might be able to end this thing, you guys. Might be able to end this thing. Photon Overcharge does come up. Stalkers stand on in and just take it right to the face, though. Zealot trying to get some damage off as well. Pylon dead. Pylon dead. So it's Immortal, Zealot, Adept trying to defend against this many Stalkers. I don't know. Can herO hold it? Another Photon Overcharge, though, just moving up into the main base. Is Stats warping in additional Stalkers here. Probes pulled off the line at the same time. Oh, they just picked off a Stalker that just came in. Not even worrying about the Mothership Core. Now they are targeting it down. Probes trying to surround on these Stalkers, getting some kills, but it's just so difficult for them at these numbers. Oracle comes in and gets burned down immediately from the particle beams. Particle disruptors on the Stalkers, and it is now 43 to 41. Total harvester, or total supply here. Plummeting right now as herO continues to lose workers. The Mortal tries to just still alive, has 3 kills, but he's already dead here. Again, a nice hold by herO. Can he do it? Trying to use Warp Prism Micro as stats to make this thing happen. herO is actually sort of holding here, though. I don't know how he did that, but he is herO and he can do whatever he wants, it turns out. herO is alive. I thought he was going to die there. I really did. I really thought there was no chance. There was no chance he was going to hold it against that many Stalkers, but Desperation Warping of Immortals using probes to fight as well. And you know what? He had lost a bunch of probes, 18, but it is 23 to 25 harvesters. herO has the lead still on 2 bases. What a war of attrition so far. This has been absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right, Warp Prism heading up for Stats, trying to move into that main base and do some damage. Stats now probing up. I don't think he was during that attack. I think he was diverting all resources to the warping of Stalkers, which didn't work out super well. 2 Stalkers here to meet the 4 Stalkers for Stats. that showed up to try to kill more of these probes. Getting a couple, getting 3 there. Pretty darn good. Any more warp-ins? Nope. Picking up, boosting out is Stats of Adepts here in the natural base. Doing some more work too, forcing these probes away for herO. Man, these guys are not very nice to each other's probes, that's for sure. Not going to be on anybody's Christmas card anytime soon. Another Adept for Stats taken down by Stalkers here inside the main base of herO. It's 25 to 31 Harvesters, though. herO still in, or Stats rather, now has the lead in that worker count. Blink on the way for Stats. Blink Stalker's good in this situation. I'm not going to complain about that too much. Stargate sits silent for herO. Robotics Facility sits silent for herO. He is trying to probe up as best he can. He's sending his own Stalkers out here. Real Phoenix for herO, scouting out to see exactly what is going on here from Stats. And Immortal Production for Stats. Dark Shrine on the way for herO again. Second time in 2 games thus far. So DT's maybe fairly popular in PvP. I've seen them show up a lot in PvPs recently anyway. So do these guys have Blink yet? No, they do not. Production tab says it's working. Working on it. Stalkers for herO moving out at the same time. Phoenix flies on in, gets Photon Overcharge and almost killed. Down to 41 hit points, but is definitely still alive. All right, Stat says it's time. I've got my Stalkers. I got my Immortal. Let's do this thing. 10 Stalkers, 1 Immortal versus 6 Stalkers. A Phoenix and almost a Dark Shrine, but it's not there yet. So Stats waltzing his way across the map here, trying to see what he can do against herO. And the answer is going to be, I don't know. I don't know, Captain. All right, so Stats moving up that ramp. Immortal a little bit behind, not quite as fast as Stalkers are. Natural base under assault once again by Stalkers. herO needs to defend. Throwing down some force fields, just trying to mess up the pathing AI, I think, on these Stalkers here. Immortal now putting in work, getting those shots off. 50 damage per shot against Stalkers. Photon Overcharge is coming up. Mothership Core getting shots off as well, but the Pylon is killed. Mothership Core dead. Probes trying to fight as best they can in the situation, saving the Immortal with Warp Prism Micro. Immortal just dealing terrible, terrible damage to everything, and that is it. A good game out of herO. herO is defeated, and Stats is victorious in our sneaky twofer PvP today. Yeah, good one. Man, PvP is a good mirror matchup. You know what? All the mirror matchups are good. You people that only watch the races that you like and completely ignore mirror matchups that don't have the race that you like, it's just, you're missing out. You're missing out. I don't know how to get you here, but man, that was really, really exciting. Maybe it's herO. herO should get some people to this cast, right? I don't know. I don't know. All right, so just great game sense by Stats, knowing when to attack, when to defend, when to probe up, when to continue to move out. He found the perfect time to move in against herO. That second time around, the Dark Shrine was not done for herO yet. He didn't have many Immortals. He didn't have a whole lot of Stalkers. He was basically banking on Stats not attacking for the next couple minutes. Stats recognized that. Game sense told him it has time to go, and he went, and he won. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.